Namah Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Radha Rasbihari Radha Rasbihari Radhe Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Yashodanandana Vrajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Vrajana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Vishnupad Parhamsa Privrajagacharya Stutasutta Srimadesi Bhaktivedanta Swami Shla Prabhupada Ki Jai Namacharya Haridas Thakur Ki Jai Prem Se Kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Sham Kund Radha Kund Giri Govardhan Ki Jai गंगामय की जय, यमुनामय की जय, तुलसी महारानी की जय, श्रीला प्रभुपाद ट्रांसेंडेंटल बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की जय, श्री श्री राधा रस बिहारी ललिता विशाखा की जय, श्री श्री सीताराम लक्ष्मण की जय, श्री श्री गौर निताय की जय, श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय, गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल. All glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to Shri Shri Guru and Gauranga. Hare Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet Nashtaprayesha Vadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 9, Chapter 9, the dynasty of Amshuman, text number 14. Nahi etat paramascharyan svardhunyayat ihoditam ananta charanambhoja prasutaya bhavachidaha. Nahi etat param ascharyan svardhunyayat ihoditam ananta charanambhoja prasutaya bhavachidaha. Translation purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Because Mother Ganges emanates from the lotus toe of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Ananta Deva, she is able to liberate one from material bondage. Therefore, whatever is described herewith about her is not at all wonderful. It has actually been seen that anyone who regularly worships Mother Ganga simply by bathing in her water keeps very good health and gradually becomes a devotee of the Lord. This is the effect of bathing in the waters of the Ganges. Bathing in the Ganges is recommended in all Vedic Shastras, and one who takes to this path will certainly be completely freed from all sinful reactions. The practical example of this is that the sons of Maharaj Sagara went to the heavenly planets when the water from the Ganges merely touched the ashes of their burnt bodies. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gauravakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Welcome to all of you for this evening session on Srimad Bhagavatam. So today we will describe the glories of Ganga Mata. So as all of you know, like yesterday we were describing that how sons of Sagar Maharaj, 60,000 of them, they were searching for the sacrificial horse, which was actually stolen by Indra. So he then somehow it is mentioned that by his influence, sons of Sagara, they have lost their intelligence and thus discrimination. So that is why when they saw the horse tied near the ashram of Kapila Muni, they thought that Kapila Muni stole that horse, and like a hypocrite, he was closing his eyes as if a he is some great sadhu. So that is why all of them, together they shouted at him, "Kill him, kill him!" Then, when they took out their swords to kill Kapila Muni, a fire emanated from their bodies, and they all were burnt into ashes. So, uh, so now, then Sagar Maharaj had another son, Asamanjas, and his son was Amshuman. So he searched out, and then he found out that his uncles were burnt into ashes. So then Lord Kapila suggested that you bring waters of Ganges, so that they can be delivered. Then he tried a lot, but he could not. Then his son also, Maharaj Dilipa, he also tried, so he also could not. He was not successful. Then his son Maharaj Bhagiratha, he is a very famous devotee of Lord Krishna. So he actually did severe austerities and penances, then to please to bring Ganga Mata. Then Ganga Mata, she appeared to him after many years of tapasya. Then she told him that when I fall from heavenly planets, I am very afraid that I will enter the regions of hellish planets also. So somebody has to cushion, somebody has to carry me on his head, so that there will be a cushion like that. So then she suggested that you please Lord Shiva. So then Bhagirath Maharaj, again he performed austerities to please Lord Shiva. Then Lord Shiva appeared. Then he agreed to keep the Ganga on his head. That is why he became known as Gangadhara. Right? He came to be known as Gangadhara. So then Ganga, then Bhagirath Maharaj, he sat on a chariot. Then he was driving the chariot, and behind Ganga is coming. So when Ganga is flowing, she is known as Svardhuni, means a very typical musical sound emanates from the flowing of the Ganga. That is why it is considered, the sound of Ganga Mata flowing is considered very auspicious. And then those people who live on the bank of Ganges, they enjoy this musical sound of flowing of Ganga, and it is very soothing to the heart. Especially if you go to Rishikesh, Haridwar, even Allahabad, you can hear near Mayapur. So Ganga is flowing very beautifully. So that is why then on the way, Ganga, it is said that Prabhupada also said, even Kunti Maharani says also that just like Ganga flows incessantly towards the ocean, and then even if so many obstacles are put, like so many hills come, and then so many trees they come in between, so many places come in between, but Ganga somehow or other overcomes those obstacles, and then she flows incessantly towards the ocean. In the same way, Srila Prabhupada says that just like Ganga water, Ganga river flows incessantly towards the ocean, overcoming all kinds of obstacles. In the same way, we should perform devotional service incessantly to go towards to lotus feet of Krishna, overcoming all kinds of difficulties, obstacles, obstacles. So in the same way, so on the way, Ganga, she flooded Jahanu Muni's ashram. So Jahanu Muni became very angry. Then she drank all Ganga water. Then Bhagirath Maharaj, when he looked backwards, he he observed that Ganga is not behind. So then he understood that Jahanu Muni drank all that water. So he again requested. Then he released, Janumuni released the Ganga water. So again she started flowing. So that is why she came to be known as Jahnavi. Bhagirath Maharaj brought her from the heavenly planets. That's why she is also known as Bhagirathi. Bhagirathi. Then finally, so she reached, going through Mayapur and all. So she reached Ganga Sagar. So then Ganga Sagar. So she when the Ganga water touched the ashes of Sagar Maharaj. So finally, they got liberated from their from the ghostly bodies and went back to heavenly planets. Went to heavenly planets. So for this to happen, they had to wait thousands of years, for the their descendants to perform austerities and bring the Ganges. So that is the result of committing Vaishnava Brat. So it is mentioned that anybody who simply chants Ganga, 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 they get so much benefit every day. That is why many times I mentioned that while taking bath, every day take a few drops of water on the palm, and chant this mantra: Gange cha Yamuna chaiva Godavari Saraswati Narmada Sindhu Kaveri Jalosmin Sanitim Kuru. So so by doing this, we can simply meditate also, taking bath in the Ganga. So like that. So Ganga, that is why. So anybody who travels, many people they do it also on the on the journey of Ganga. They traverse the path where Ganga also flowed. They will go back. They will get mukti. So like that. So the Ganga, like today we will hear more about the original origination of Ganga, in the spiritual world, like that. So the crocodile, is the carrier of goddess Ganga. So that is why crocodiles lazing in the shallows and on the banks of Ganga were common sight even at the end of the 19th century. So then the hunting began and the sports and all. So then became very less like that. So the so the Makara, is associated with both earth and water. So yogis, transcendentalists, are those practicing Ashtanga Yoga with internal vision. Perceive a crocodile in Swadhisthana Chakra, right? So Swadhisthana Chakra. So this chakra has water as its element, symbolizing the subterranean storehouse of innate tendencies. It's called vashanas or impressions, unconsciously left in the mind of a person by past karma. So, which impels us around in the world. So this Ganga's carrier is no ordinary crocodile, for it is white, yeah, not brown in color. So the crocodile has two powers, to destroy and to redeem. So when its mouth is open, it has the power to devour us. Whereas Ganga has made the crocodile's powers submissive to her command. So she is able to stand on her vehicle and travel around according to her wishes. Whereas the ordinary man is obedient to his sensual nature. So in 8th Canto Bhagavatam also we see Prabhupada explained how crocodile, while fighting with the elephant, crocodile became more and more stronger, and then elephant, because of in a foreign place, it became more and more weaker. So like that, we should remain in a very strong position in Krishna consciousness, and because we declared war against Maya, right? So like that. Uh, so now we will hear a little bit more about the origination of Ganga. So it is mentioned that in Brahma Vaivarta Purana, Brahma Vaivarta Purana, that Prakriti Kanda, so the great sage Narada Muni inquired from Narayana Rishi, right? In Badrinath, Naranarayan Rishi, they perform austerities and penances. Even now, they are performing austerities and penances. So, so he inquired about the pastime when the bodies of Sri Radha and Krishna melted due to the music of Lord Shiva. So there are different versions in various according to Kalpa Veda and all. So once on the full moon day of Kartika, a festival honoring Srimati Radharani was being nicely celebrated. So Sri Krishna was worshipping Radharani. So then in his Rasamandala, where the Lord and the gopis they enjoy the Raslila pastimes. So then in Goloka, when many other exalted personalities, including the four Kumaras, demigods, demigoddesses, sages, saints, and others, also arrived to worship the beloved of Lord Krishna. Then Saraswati Devi began singing and playing her veena, and then being Lord Brahma presented Saraswati a very precious green necklace, while Shiva offered her a very beautiful jewel, like that. Then then due to the after Saraswati sang, so due to the encouragement of Lord Brahma, then Lord Shiva then started singing, so for the pleasure of Lord Krishna. So so in which the every word was filled with glorious singing. So all the demigods, when the Lord Shiva was singing very melodiously, all the demigods, they fell unconscious. So upon regaining their consciousness, they saw that the entire Rasa Mandala was flooded with water, and Sri Radha and Krishna had disappeared. Then Lord Brahma understood that the divine couple had transformed themselves into the water, so which became known as Ganga. So the Ganga is none other than the liquefied form of Radha Krishna, like that. So that is why Krishna, they say that out of waters, Krishna is says, I am Ganges, of the flowing rivers, Shrotasam Aham Jahnavi, Krishna says. So then everybody began to offer their obeisances and prayed that, oh Lord, please allow us to have your darshana once again. So just then, a voice in the sky was heard, that both myself and the Srimati Radharani, have transformed ourselves into the water. So what else do you want from us, right? So then, following, then he said, Lord Shiva should compile the part of the Vedas known as the Tantra Shastra. So all desires will be fulfilled when these mantras are chanted. Then this Tantra Shastra should not be introduced to the faithless. If Shiva agrees to complete this Shastra, then everyone will be able to have our darshana at this very moment. Then then Lord Shiva easy readily agreed. Then he took water of Ganga in his hand and took Shankalpa that in order to follow the instruction. So he thus began to compile the Tantra Shastra. So then all of the sudden Lord Krishna and Srimati Radharani appeared. So this is the one narration of Ganga's origination. So we can understand how pure the Ganges waters are, like that. So this same kind of version was there, but this time Narada Muni, once Narada Muni also he sang for Radha and Krishna. So that time also Radha and Krishna, they were melted into water. So all these things have happened, and then that is one thing that Prabhupada explains in Bhagavatam, 8th canto. So once then another thing is when Lord Vamandev pierced the universal shell. So that time Viraja water came as Ganga water. Then another version is this. Another version is actually in 8th, that is described in 5th canto Bhagavatam. But in 8th canto Bhagavatam, when Lord Vamandeva raised his lotus feet, so Brahmaji, when they reached the Brahmaji's planet, Brahmaji washed the lotus feet of Vamandev. So that time Ganga, Lord Brahma washed the lotus feet of Vamandev. That time Ganga, that water from Kamandalu became Ganges. So like that. So it is very important um, to understand the glories of Ganga. Glories of Ganga. So this is another story. This is a narration from Garga Samhita. Um, so once Srimati Radharani inquired from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Shri Krishna, about the details, how his body became liquid. So the Supreme Personality of Godhead replied, you know, that the sages tell the this ancient story of the past time. So when one hears this story, all sins will be destroyed. So I request all of you to hear this story very attentively. All of you know that Narada Muni, he is a Manasaputra of Lord Brahma. Like Krishna says, Maharshayam cha saptapurve chatvaro manavastatha madbhava manasa jata yesham lokam imam prajaha. So Krishna says these seven rishis, then four Kumaras, and other Manasaputras. They are all coming from other in the beginning, So they are all, Madbhava Manasajata. They are Manasaputras, like that. These seven rishis and other, these Narad Muni and all. So, Krishna, like Brahma is the Gunavatar of Krishna. So, actually in Bhagavatam it is mentioned they are all Brahma creates. Brahma is creating means he is a Gunavatar. So Krishna is saying, they are like that. So so Brahmaji, when he created, Narad Muni. So Narad Muni, he was very interested in singing all the time, right? So then so one day like Narada Muni was going around and singing the glories of the Lord. So one day Brahmaji requested Narada Muni that please you procreate, you get married and procreate. So Narada Muni rejected his request, saying that I don't want to get entangled in the meshes of material existence. So I simply want to sing and glorify the Lord. So that is why Lord Brahma cursed him to become a Gandharva. So Upabrahmana Gandharva he became. He's a very very handsome person and all. So there also he was singing a lot. So then he then one day he reached the Brahmaloka along with his girlfriends and all, women surrounded by women. So being intoxicated, being very handsome. Brahmaji is the Gunavatar of Lord Narayana, and Naradji is the Manasputra of Brahma. Mataji, Preeti Mataji, note it. So, so Narada then Narada Muni sang improperly. Prabhupada says he sang some cinema songs, means some songs related to sense gratification, like that. So eventually, Narada Muni, then Brahmaji cursed Narada Muni to become a son of maid servant. So then so all of you know first kind of Bhagavatam 5th chapter, even I narrated during Bhagavad Saptaha in Manu's house. So how Narada Muni became a devotee. So then that time he started singing. note this carefully, what I am going to say. So for devotees, this is very, very important, like that. So then once, one day he was traveling and singing many songs. He came to a place called Ilavrata Varsha. So there he saw in the city of Nagara, which was filled with jeweled palaces inhabited by divine men and women. Then he saw the men and women there were all deformed. Some had no feet, some had no ankles, some had no knees, um, some had no legs. So various persons had twisted hips, emaciated thighs, disfigured torsos, loosened teeth, hunched shoulders, all, no necks and all that. Seeing all this, Narada Muni was aghast, and he inquired, said, "What is this wonder? All your faces are are splendid, beautiful, uh, and then you are wearing very nice garments and ornaments. So, are you devas or great rishis? Why are you all deformed? Please explain this to me." So addressed in this way, all the deformed beings, who were unhappy at heart, replied, "Oh sage, our bodies have suffered terribly. uh, so we will tell you how these sufferings may be relieved. So we are the personified forms of ragas, ragas and raginis, and we live in the city of Vedanagara. So, you know, there is one personality. He is Lord Brahma's son, named Naradji. Uh, so he sings the wrong melodies at the wrong times. He is a great sage who wanders in the three worlds as he wishes, but he's singing the wrong songs at the wrong time with wrong notes at without proper rhythm, has broken the limbs of our bodies. So this is a great secret. So that is why Srila Prabhupada always insisted, when when we uh, when we sing, we should be very careful to sing. Like when we sing for Mangalarti, we should sing only morning ragas, Udaya ragas. Then when we sing, in the evening Sandhya Arati time, we should sing only evening ragas. So if you go to Radharaman temple, you see, the for the pleasure of the Lord, the devotees sing. So they follow very strictly morning raga, afternoon raga, madhyan raga it is called, and then sandhya ragas. So very important because if you sing, then raga and tal, raga and tal, so we should sing, we should sing the proper tune, ragas, and then we should play properly kartal and mridanga. So if you don't know how to sing properly, if the ragas are, if the tune is not proper, if the rhythm is not proper, we should not sing at least in front of the Lord. We can sing in bathroom or in our rooms and all that. But actually, when we sing in front of the Lord during Mangalarti time or Sandhyarti time, we should know how to sing properly. Otherwise, we should not sing. So, if you sing, then the these ragas and raginis, they get handicapped. So that, in the same way, like these Purusha Shukta prayers, Narayan Shukta, Sri Shukta prayers, and all, all these, they are called, Vedic mantras. All these Vedic mantras, they should be sung in a proper meter, right? Om Sahasrasisha Purusha Sahasraksha Sahasrapa Sabhumim Vishvato Vritva Atyatishtatashangulam. Like there is a meter. So if you don't sing in that proper meter, then we this Veda Purushas, they get uh, beaten. We are punishing them. So for that, we get bad reaction. So that is why we should be very careful. The Sangeet sadhana, is very pleasing to the Lord. It is all these 64 arts are meant for the pleasure of the Lord. So then first in the beginning, all these dance forms and all, there are 64 arts, like it is mentioned in second canto Bhagavatam. Srila Prabhupada, Prabhupada very carefully, he explains in fourth chapter 6, second canto, that when the Lord, when the gopis, they give pan and all to Krishna for Krishna's pleasure, and then Krishna eats that pan and then gives those remnants to the gopis. So that is why, because of eating the remnants of Krishna directly from the Krishna's mouth, so all these gopis, they have acquired all the 64 arts, like singing, dancing, and all. So they are very experts in singing and dancing for the pleasure of the Lord. Then Narada Muni, he said, "Hey, that's me. I am the guy who is. I am Narada Muni." Then so what to do? Then he said, Saraswati Devi, she is the expert in Sangeet Vidya. So you must go and learn from her. She is the beloved wife of Lord Krishna. So you must actually learn from her singing. Then Narada Muni did tapasya to please Saraswati Devi. Then Saraswati Devi, she gave that veena, and she taught him. So which then taught Narada the different ragas and raginis, their derivatives, the proper times and places for the different kinds of music, the different rhythms, the 560 million divisions and numberless subdivisions of scales, the various dances, the various musical instruments, and the different kinds of modulation. So in this way, Saraswati made Narada Muni unrivaled in the circle of musicians. So this is a very important. We only have few ragas on the earthly planet. Sarigama Padanisa. There are only 7. But there is another kind of music that is Gandharva. Daiva Gandharva. What we have now is Manushya Gandharva, right? Then there is Deva Gandharva, where Lord Krishna, while performing pastimes, once Pindaraka Kshetra, he took all the Dwarkavasis for a picnic. So at that time, Lord Krishna invited Narada Muni to sing. Then he, along with his friend, they all sang. So Narada Muni at that time requested to bring that Deva Gandharva. So that is very, very complicated. Only unless somebody is very devoted and tapasvi, he cannot actually learn, even understand that music. Then there is a Brahma Gandharva, where Krishna, when he plays the flute, then he attracts all the cows and the calves, and Gopas, and then the highest is when Krishna plays the flute on fifth note, where the gopis of Vrindavan only they can hear that music, and they run for rasa dance with Krishna. Then Narada Muni went, you know, so he had another, so Narada Muni went to Gandharva and accepted Tumbura as his student. So thereafter, Narada Muni started singing the glories of Krishna everywhere, with his veena. Narada Muni bajai veena, Radhika Ramana bole. So then he went to many places, devatas and here and there, rishis and all. They did not want to spend time, hearing the music and all. Then he went to Narayana also. Narayana is also very busy. Then finally he reached Golok Vrindavan. Then the gopis asked, "Who are you?" and all. Then actually, we are actually. My name is Narada Muni. He's Tumbura. We want to have darshan of Radha and Krishna, and I want to sing for Radha and Krishna, like that. So, so Narada Muni, using that veena Devadatta, he started singing beautifully for the pleasure of Radha and Krishna. So Krishna is saying that being pleased and shaking my head, I praised his music. Then I offered myself to him as a gift, and melting with love, I became liquid. So in that way, my body became a river of spiritual water that flows through millions and millions of universes. So this water of Ganga flows not only in this universe, in all the universes that are present. You can just imagine the glories of this Ganga. So, you know, so that a person who chants the name Ganga Ganga. So Lord Krishna himself is saying this to Srimati Radharani, the glories of Ganga. So a person who chants the name Ganga Ganga, and travels the 1600 mile length of the Athlete Ganga, will become free from all sins and will enter the realms of Lord Vishnu, right? So in Kali Yuga, one who sees Ganga, vanquishes the sins of hundred births. There is a count. There is a Isab also. One who simply sees Ganga, like persons like me, somehow I'm very lazy taking bath in the Ganga and Yamuna and all. So a person who simply sees Ganga, 100 lifetimes sinful activities, they become vanquished. One who drinks the water of Ganga vanquishes the sins of 200 births. I brought a bottle of Ganga, so every day I put that little Ganga water in my Achaman cup. So every day like that we get little while doing Achaman we can drink the water. So all of you can do that when you go to Rishikesh or Haridwar or even like that. So like few years back, Rajesh and we all went to Badrinath. So that time we brought some bottle of water, maybe around 6-7 years. Still the water is not spoiled. Still that bottle is there. Little Ganges water is still there, because few drops only we use. So every day, of course, I don't know. I hope whether we used to have a stock of Ganges water all the time. Then during Abhishek of Saligram Shilas, where it comes as Charanamrit. So we used to put Ganga water in that, water in the, so like that. So uh, and one who bathes in Ganga vanquishes the sins of 1,000 births. So those who see Ganga, mm, attain the goal of life, while those who do not see Ganga waste their lives. So, in Garga Samhita it is said, when the river Yamuna began her descent from Golok Vrindavan to earth, the river Viraja and the Ganga entered her waters. So, this Viraja is also a gopi. Once Lord Krishna and the gopi named Viraja, so they are performing pastimes. So as Srimati Radharani was approaching the secluded area of Goloka, where the Lord and Viraja were intimately speaking, so Viraja Gopi, by her mystic yoga power, turned herself into the river Viraja in order to hide herself. So, encircling Goloka in the spiritual sky, the river is filled with jewels and measures 10 million yojanas, that means 80 million miles, in which is 10 times that weight, like that. So, in Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhilila, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explained this, how this Viraja river. So, when we chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, um, you know, we cross this ocean of material existence, and then finally, um, very important, please note it, the river Viraja is identical with Lakshmi. So it has the function of destroying one's subtle body. So that is, this Viraja river is circling around the Vaikuntha planets. So that is the that is actually dividing. So material universe and the spiritual universe. So before going to the spiritual universe, we are dipped into Viraja river. So at that time, our subtle body consisting of mind, intelligence, and false ego, they were destroyed. So this, so it's a function of the Viraja river is to um, so it is to destroy the subtle body, destroy the subtle body. So we should be, um, anyway, that is the so like we have, that is why in Bhagavatam, third kind of Bhagavatam also, it is mentioned that by performing pure devotion service, the just like the food eaten is uh, burnt completely to, by the fire of the digestion. In the same way, the water, the performance of pure devotional service destroys the subtle body. So whatever little contamination is there or whatever, so when they are dipped into the when the souls are dipped into the Viraja river, so this Viraja river is only becomes Ganga later. So there is one very yeah 2003, very good. Even the Britishers, they have done a lot of research, and they have, as I confirmed that Ganga as curing properties, and then it doesn't get spoiled and all that. So there is a scientifically also it is proved that Ganga water doesn't get spoiled. This is a very interesting pastime. Hear this carefully, then we will finish it. So Lakshmi, Saraswati, and Ganga, originally they are the wives of it's this is Krishna. So they are in Narada, in Brahma Vaivarta Purana, it is mentioned that Lord Vishnu, Ganga, Saraswati, Lakshmi, Saraswati, and Ganga, they cursed each other. There was some difference of opinion happened. So then Lord Narayana appeared and took Saraswati close to him. So hearing the reason of the cursing between the goddesses, who were all filled with sadness, Lord Vishnu spoke pleasingly according to the time, and circumstance. So Lakshmi, O Lakshmi, you will expand yourself into the house of King Dharmadvaja. So you will appear directly on the earth without taking a human birth. So a demon named Shankachuda will appear as a part of me. So this Shankachuda is just a part of Krishna only. So you will become his wife, and afterwards you will become my wife. So then you will reside in the form of a sacred plant, and throughout the three worlds you will be known as the most purifying Tulasi. So this is a secret. Then she will also become river Padmavati, Gandaki river in Nepal. So please so proceed to the land of Bharatavarsha, since you have already been cursed by Saraswati. Then he told Saraswati, this is a secret. So Saraswati, who resides with the Lord Vishnu in Vaikunta, so she is originally the wife of Lord Vishnu only. So came to Bharatvarsha, so in the form of a river. So this river Saraswati becomes Antarvahini, because she appears in Badrinath. We can see the how many of you are visited Badrinath? So you can see the origin of Saraswati river. Then she flows for some time. Then you can see the Vyasamuni's Gufa. So because he was writing all these books, actually, she is making so much sound, so he became very disturbed. So then he cursed her, that you will become Antarvahini. So that is why Ganga, Yamuna, Saraswati, but this Saraswati river is Antarvahini, like that. So saintly persons should reside on her banks, for she is the goal of the yogis' austerities. So previously she was flowing actually. So so that's why many people, they lived on the bank of river Saraswati. We hear all the sages living on the bank of Saraswati. Now she is not seen, but unseen. She mixes, she flows. Then Narada asked, how did Ganga, who is eternally pure and the bestower of all pious results, curse Saraswati? So the cause of the cursing of this divine, very interesting. So therefore, please describe this, this history to me, like that. hear this very carefully. I will. So once Lakshmi, Saraswati, and Ganga are the eternal consorts of the Lord Vishnu. So once Saraswati suspected that the Lord loved Ganga more than her, so more than her. So the Saraswati spoke a few harsh words to Lord Hari. And since she was angry with Ganga, she started dealing harshly with her. So Lakshmi, the embodiment of compassion and peace personified. So this is very important. So she is like Rukmini Devi. We see, how she is very compassionate. Then that tried to appease Saraswati. So considering that Lakshmi had taken Ganga's side, Saraswati cursed her to become a river and a plant. Upon hearing the curse of Saraswati, Lakshmi did not show even the slightest anger towards her. So she sat there peacefully, holding the hand of Saraswati. But Ganga could not tolerate her. So Ganga cursed Saraswati, saying, "One who has cursed my sister should also become a river and go down to Mrityuloka, so where sinful people reside." Then Saraswati then cursed Ganga that she should also go down to the earth and accept everyone's sins. So this is a pastime, all the Devis, they are all expansions of Srimati Radharani, but they cursed each other to come down to purify all of us. Not, we should not think, living in Vaikuntha, they are cursing each other. So this cursing business there in Golakundan also. So hear this very carefully. So then Lord Vishnu then began to speak. So due to the prayers of Maharaj Bhagiratha, you will have to go down to the earth, and there you will be known as Bhagirathi. So following my order, you will become the wife of the ocean, who is my expansion. So then he spoke to Saraswati, by accepting the curse of Ganga, one of your plenary portions will appear in Bharatvarsha. And afterwards you will go to the abode of Lord Brahma and become his wife. In the same way, Ganga also, right? So Ganga also, one portion, she becomes a wife of Lord Shiva. Then like that. As for Ganga, part of her will go to the abode of Lord Shiva and become his consort. So only Lakshmi will remain here with me, with all her portions, because her nature is very peaceful. She never gets angry, and she was unflinching faith in me. She is also the personification of truth. So this is the secret we should learn. So when Prabhupada explained in Krishna book, when Krishna was having conversation with Rukmini Devi, so she was, she started crying and all that. So then Krishna tells Rukmini Devi that when I was about to kill your brother Rukmi during our marriage ceremony, you were crying, but you kept quiet when I insulted him by off shaving his head and all that. So later on, during the marriage of Aniruddha, Lord Balarama killed him. That time also you did not say, because if you say anything, you are afraid that you will be inviting my wrath, you will be displeasing me, you will be offending me, that you are afraid that you would lose me. So that is why you kept silent. So note this, Krishna says, my dear Rukmini Devi, your silence has purchased me. like that. So we should also learn silence, to be silent. Uh, when we criticize devotees, before criticizing devotees, we should be afraid of losing Krishna. Aparadha means aparadha. Radharani will become angry if we offend Vaishnavas, like that. So, so that is why it is said, that he's saying, so silence is very golden, they say. Unless we want to chant Hare Krishna, or we want to speak about Krishna, we should not speak like that. Then Krishna says, very interesting thing. Lord Narayana is saying that it is against the Vedic injunction for three ladies and their relatives of opposing nature to stay together. If they stay in one place, their presence will not be auspicious. So, in the house where the woman acts like a man, or where the man is controlled by a woman, one's spiritual life is fruitless and the place becomes inauspicious. So, for one whose wife is harsh in speech and in action, and who loves mm, to quarrel, the forest is more favorable than the home. Since it is easy to get water, fruits, and peace in the forest, it is considered more auspicious than being with a mean wife. So, uh, hear this very carefully. I hope nobody is a henpecked husband here. Those who are puppets in the hands of their wives are never sanctified, even by cremation. A henpecked husband is not liable to receive the results of any auspicious activities that he performs. The demigods and people of earth always criticize him, and he is bereft of fame and glory, so he should be considered dead, though living in the body. Therefore, O Ganga, you go to Lord Shiva, and you, Saraswati, should go to Lord Brahma. Lakshmi will remain here with me, because a chaste wife is the cause of happiness for her husband, both in the upper planetary systems as well as on earth. So, like this, Ganga, Saraswati, and Lakshmi, they anyway. So this is a story.